at the Hotel del Coronado, celebrating our 1-year wedding anniversary. I just wanted to do a quick reflection video and answer some questions that we've been commonly asked over the past year or so, or over the course of our relationship. But first, I have a surprise for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Is it your love?
No.
Was it inside me all along?
Is that a surprise?
Oh dang. Wow. Wait, where'd you get this?
I don't want to say.
Did you steal it?
I got it from Costco. Well, I didn't realize that you already had a Dodgers jersey.
Even though I wear it, like...
I haven't really seen you wear it for a while.
I wear it during baseball season.
Which hasn't happened for a while. So I feel like...
Even though I wore it to the Mariners-Dodgers game?
Yeah, I forgot about it. So, sorry I got you another Dodgers jersey.
It's okay. I'll always take another Dodgers jersey. This one's a little softer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy anniversary. It's a small gift.
I didn't get you a gift.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I was unaware that we were gonna do gifts.
No, it was a surprise.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just have like a list of questions here that we're gonna go through and answer one by one. The first one is, why did you get married so young? So I guess for people who don't know, I got married when I was 24. No, I was 23.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm like 1 year ago. How old was I?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I guess these days in age, it is on the young side.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to answer?
Why I got married so early? I think by the time I proposed, we've been dating for 3.5 years at that point. I felt like we had come to a point in our relationship where that was the next step, and I was very prepared to take it. I think when we spent a year apart, I think that was the biggest test of our relationship that we would go through, and surviving that kind of reaffirmed to me that we could make it through anything. And I don't know, I just felt very comfortable with you. I felt like myself. I didn't feel like I was trying. I don't know, I felt as like cheesy as it sounds, it definitely felt as though you were like a part of who I was at that point. Like you were part of my identity. And then so, yeah, given all these factors kind of come together, I was still very nervous, and I definitely questioned a lot of times, like, wait, the rest of our lives? I was like, wow, that's like incomprehensible. But then, yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine spending it with anyone else.
I feel like the reason why I was okay with getting married so young was just that we had, I feel like, exhausted all that we could do, or not do, but like we had grown as much as we could as a dating couple. So I feel like the next step that we were ready for was to get married and then like continue to grow in our relationship that way. It felt like a natural step to take, even though it was like a big decision and really like we didn't take that lightly or anything, but it just kind of felt like, well, we're ready. The second question is, how do you think you've changed in the last year?
Since getting married, I mean, it's definitely different living just the two of us together. I think there was a lot of adapting and a lot of sacrifice on both our parts. Obviously, I wasn't a big fan of living in Seattle, but it was nice because I was living with her, and obviously she's not the biggest fan of living in LA. But
I don't think I've ever said that.
Okay.
I actually like living in LA.
You just told me on the way here that you were only 25% happy.
No, but I don't really, it's not really an issue with LA itself. It's just that I'm working a job that I don't really enjoy right now.
Well, you had to sacrifice a lot to come down here with me. and that's like greatly appreciated. And I think that's the biggest way I think I've changed in the last year, is like learning to make those sacrifices and adjust to them and then become them. Because definitely at first it was very difficult to change from an independent to codependent, because I mean we literally just like share our lives now. So but I think after a certain point it becomes a lot easier and easier the more you do it, and just like being okay with that change.
I feel like it's similar to Noah in that I feel like I don't know, I think through premarital counseling we kind of learned about the us. So there's me, and then there's Noah, and then there's us, kind of like a third entity between the two of us that we individually have to like care for in our own way. And yeah, I don't think, I mean, yeah, like deciding that it was okay to to like give up a lot for the sake of the us, is it really like fundamental change in an individual person. How do you think the other person has changed, or what ways have you seen the other person grow?
I think you put up with my quantifying brain a lot more better.
Would you like to explain?
So I see I definitely feel like I see the world, and especially like the emotional side of the world, in a very numerical way, where there's like a finite amount of emotions or like a finite amount of like effort that you can give. And so like 5 hours spent together in one day is equivalent to 1 hour spent together every day of the week, kind of. That's just like how I see things. Or like there's an X amount of happiness that must be followed by X amount of sadness to even things out. And Naomi thought that was crazy. But I think in the past year, she's definitely not come around to how I think, but definitely like been more accepting of it and more like adjusting towards it, and like recognizing how that motivates my actions maybe. And so even though something might seem maybe insensitive from her perspective, and then if she looks at it through my weird brain perspective, she's a little more understanding for it. And then she just kind of lets me know like, hey, I know you probably didn't mean it like this, but yada yada yada. I think it's just opened the line for a lot of communication, like a lot better communication.
With Noah, I've seen a lot of growth and confidence in himself over the past year. Because I feel like when I first met Noah, he was very self-deprecating, and he still is, and like has that kind of humor as well. But getting into USC, making the decision to move down here, like being confident in that decision, pursuing his dream in that sense with like all he has, I feel like kind of showcases how much more confident he's become in his own abilities and like really going after what he wants. Not in a way that it's like domineering, like we're gonna do this kind of thing, but it's more like, hey Naomi, I feel very strongly that this is the right decision. What do you think? And then us going through that whole process together, that has shown how much you've kind of grown. What are things you like about being married, and what do you dislike?
I really like having a best friend at all times. That's pretty nice. Never gonna be lonely. Yeah, it's nice to have like someone to laugh about things with, someone to share things with.
I thought you were gonna say laugh at.
Well, that too. It's nice to have a second person who's like with you through.
Like a companion.
Yeah, like a companion.
Built-in buddy.
Sure.
A confidant.
Okay, we get it. You're an English major. The downside is that there is never alone time. But yeah, I definitely like my space at times, and so I think the downside to marriage is that I don't get my space as much, which is fine.
But I feel like you have
like every now and
also,
then.
we've had conversations where you've been like, no, I kind of need some alone time or some space.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like, it's something I have to request. It's not something that's like already there.
Not forever alone anymore.
No, not forever.
Forever
alone.
together all the time. Oh wait, did I skip?
You skipped the question, yeah.
Whoops. Oh well, I skipped 2 questions, but
You skipped 1.
no.
Oh, I guess you did skip 2.
Whoops. Anyway, I guess we'll just keep
Worst.
going on this. No, are you tired?
No.
Okay, sure. It's just nice to have someone always there who is like kind of on the same wavelength, or most of the time is on the same wavelength. It does feel like more and more of our sense of humor slash the way we view the world slash a lot of different things are just really easy to relate to each other on. And I just have really appreciated being able to have like in-depth discussions with someone and also silly conversations with someone. But I feel like, yeah, before we go to bed, sometimes we'll just like start having a conversation and then it's 2 hours later and we're like, okay, we really need to go to sleep. But I really enjoy those times as well, even if I am a little sleep deprived. And then I think maybe like what I dislike. Interesting. I don't know, maybe this is just more about like living with someone. But like certain
I irk you.
yeah, just like little things.
Yep.
Like
I'm an irker.
where you like if you were living on your own, you wouldn't really have this issue. Overall, you're a good housemate. So going back to the questions that I missed, what do you think the biggest struggle was in the first year of marriage?
I think it was getting used to each other's quirks, living together. Our levels of organization and cleanliness are very different. What I do in my downtime is different than what you do in your downtime. And so just like getting used to those little things is probably the biggest struggle.
Yeah, I feel like we just have gone through a lot of trials since being married. So dealing with each of those things has been difficult, even though I will say that it's overall been a positive experience. It's been a positive experience because we've come out on the other side stronger as a couple, but it doesn't erase the fact that going through those things in the first place was very difficult. I feel like it was really hard to come to the decision to move to Southern California, and we kind of spent like months, I think, mulling it over or like discussing it. We like went through and
We quantified it.
yeah, we quantified it, which is like not really my wheelhouse, but it like really helped clarify things for Noah. Where we did like UPS versus USC and assigned different categories of value, of importance, and then did pros and cons, and then added them all up at the end. Yeah, and then just overall, just like checking in with each other emotionally, like how are you feeling about this? Like this is how I'm feeling about it today. That doesn't mean that that's my decision overall, but this is just how I'm feeling. So I feel like that whole process was overall very beneficial for our relationship, but going through it was very hard. What are the highlights / what is your favorite memory from last year?
Probably our honeymoon. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Why?
Wow, we just got to chill, eat fries in the sun, and watch, literally surrounded by Disney. Like everything about that experience was just so fun to share with someone.
Yeah, because we haven't really gotten a chance to vacation with each other very much. I think my favorite memory, I mean, like our whole wedding and honeymoon was really great. I feel like overall I really enjoyed just the last year though. Like it was not really a highlight, but I do take from it as a whole year like a general sense of happiness. Even though there were a lot of ups and downs, I feel like I was like day to day very happy to be like finally living with Noah and starting our life together. Last question is, what do you want to say to ourselves on our 5-year anniversary?
Ooh, 4 years from now. Good job, you made it. You survived. It's a fairly stressful time, but I mean, you knew that going in. I'm sure the board exam was really hard. I'm kind of worried about that. Yeah, I'm sure patient management will get much harder too. That'll be fun.
Do you want to say anything to us? Like as a
couple? Another 4 years. Congrats. Hope you learned a lot more about her. Hope she still puts up with you. I hope that we are still going on vacations every now and then. I hope we're just making each other happy still.
Yeah.
I hope you're not sick of me yet.
I would want to say to our 5 years down the road, hope it was full of a lot of happy times.
Okay.
I hope that you're still falling in love with each other.
Okay, you're just like much more deep than I am.
Yes, that's the point. It's a
Okay.
reflection video. But even through all of the downs and ups, that you learned how to take those on together. So we did it!
Yay.
And now let's go eat dinner.
1 year in. Gotta get changed.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Okay. Okay.